In this step, we're going to be attaching the rear axle, which you can see down here, to the 3 points of attachment of the upper control arm, the rear upper control arm, and the 2 rear lower trailing arms, or known as rear lower control arms. And what you'll do is basically position one person at the back of the chassis holding up the rear upper control arm, and one person on the driver's side and one person on the passenger side. And what we'll do is we'll just slide the axle in, and right at the top we'll be pushing in the rear upper control arm in the middle of this box. And you want to do this at the same time you're putting the rear lower control arms in, because you don't want to have to come back in and do them separately. And so right there I fed the rear upper control arm into the box, and all that matters is that it sits inside the box, and we can move it around later. And we'll just keep pushing it in a little bit more to be able to get the people who are holding the rear lower control arms to get theirs in the right space. And you can tilt the axle to help, but you just want to make sure that the rear upper control arm stays in place. And then the bolts for the rear lower control arms go from the inside to the outside, and the bolt for the rear upper control arm goes on the side that has more distance in order to be able to get it in, which is going to be the driver's side. And then you'll put them in, put the mechanical lock nut on the other side, and then tighten them down. Do we have a torque spec on this yet?
These need to be confirmed
And this
as
is
well.
a torque spec to be confirmed. And then once they're torqued, they'll be torqued and marked. End of step.